What will you do when the scale stops moving? I had a client recently who thought about quitting her GLP-1 because her progress had stalled. If that's you, stick around because I'll share what's working for her right now. Let's get real for a minute. When you start the GLP-1, the scale can feel like everything. It's like it's all about the weight loss and it's all about the scale, especially in the beginning. This is when weight drops fast, or at least it usually does for most folks. However, and you probably know this, at some point, almost everyone's going to hit a slowdown. And that's usually when panic creeps in and you start wondering, uh, am I doing something wrong? Is the medicine not working? That's exactly what happened to my recent client of mine. And we got her back on track, but the reality is nothing was broken. Here's what I'd like you to consider. Long-term success doesn't come from chasing numbers. It comes from building habits because the scale is affected by so many factors. Things like water intake and hormones and muscle gain and stress, dozens of things that have nothing to do with fat loss. And honestly, the number on the scale may not move based on the time of day that you weigh. You know, if you're weighing in the evening when you're at your heaviest, there's a good chance you're not going to see the scale moving as much as you might if you were weighed in the morning. You know, I asked my client if she had more energy, if she felt stronger, or if she was sleeping better. And the answer to all those questions was yes. So the scale can lie to you, but I'm asking you, don't let it. Okay. Don't let it. I'd love to know in the comments what the scale's telling you right now. Is it affecting your mood? Is it affecting your day to day in a way that you're starting to feel bad about yourself, that it's not working for you? So you can't control the number on the scale. So what can you control? Well, you can control your habits. Your habits are something you can control every single day. Things like prioritizing protein at every meal, drinking water consistently throughout the day, or going on short walks after dinner. These may feel small, but they compound over time in a way that the scale may never show you in the moment, which is why I like to think of every positive health choice that you make as a deposit into a health savings account, your health savings. One deposit doesn't look impressive, but over weeks and months, that interest adds up. When you focus only on the scale, it leads to burnout and you lose trust in yourself. And oftentimes, just like my client, you feel like quitting, or like the medicine isn't working anymore. What's going on? And you feel confused. Many clients get terrified about what happens if they change their medication or if they stop the medication. When your progress is built on habits instead of numbers, you're protected. You have the best chance to win, honestly, because even if the weight loss does slow, and it will at some point, even as this gets messy and this scale stalls, that's okay. You still have the skills and behaviors that have helped create the change in the first place. That's how you turn a short-term GLP-1 result, which is what was happening with my client, into something that actually lasts. So I'd love to know and be honest, over your time on your GLP-1, what's one sustainable habit that you've maintained that's made the biggest impact for you? I'd love for you to drop that below so we can cheer each other on. We can support each other because I'm here for you in the community to help you with your weight loss and do it in a way that feels sustainable and is less stressful. If you're interested, you might want to watch this next video here. The next video I have is all about the top foods that I recommend while on your GLP-1 medication. See you in the next one.